This Thursday night football props edition, Bucs at Falcons on the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's hooking up new customers. Play just $5 and get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with the code SGPN.
This is Jim Mora, and you're listening to SGPN. Let her ride.
Everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, second the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog. Hello, Sean. Happy Tuesday.
Yes.
Slight schedule change this week.
Little mixing up the schedule a little bit. I'm heading back east, but yes, we're doing the Thursday night props this Tuesday night. We already did the college show. So check it out, Army Navy FCS playoffs, which we did really well on FCS playoffs. We're doing college basketball if you're watching live tomorrow, 1 o'clock East, 10 a.m. Pacific, and then we're doing our pick show a little bit earlier. Heading out on a plane to the East Coast, going to be doing some family stuff for the old holidays. Yeah. And of course, didn't do a show last night. I was busy, drunk, and I was at the game. Saw the disaster that was the Philadelphia Eagles. Watched them eat a bag of dicks live, which was very frustrating because the defense played extremely well. The defensive line dominated. As I said, I said Justin Herbert would lose a fumble and they would recover it. I said they'd get an interception. Jake Elliott missing a field goal didn't help, and Jalen Hurts throwing a bunch of picks. Some were his fault, some weren't. The drops by the receivers, the offense continued. It was weird because the offense actually showed some signs of life, at least compared to previous weeks. But obviously, all gets undone by the back-breaking turnovers. So brutal loss for the Eagles. I mean, they set like a pressure record, Ryan. I know you're a big pressure guy. Eagles set a pressure record against Herbert and still didn't get it done. So I'm very frustrated with the team.
That the Chargers now are 3 of the top 10 most pressured quarterback games of all time this year. Well, they kind of just stared in the face of it.
Yeah, I mean, they got another offensive lineman injured, and yeah, the Eagles D line dominated. Jalix Hunt had an awesome game. Jordan Davis had an awesome game. The secondary played great, and it was just sloppiness and miscues on the offense. I know everyone wants to kill the play callers, and Kevin Patullo, who I don't think has been doing a great job, but I thought the plays were there. AJ Brown, 2 massive drops, and then the one drop that led to another interception. Hurts made some nice throws in some big spots, but then obviously it gets wiped out when you throw that interception to end the game.
Saw our friend Emmanuel Acho said he doesn't blame AJ Brown for not trying to catch the hospital ball.
Come on, that was not
found it to be
ball.
One of the more egregious takes.
Well, and honestly too, I'm not going to go back and watch that game because it pissed me off so much, but watching it live, I don't think that ball was for AJ Brown. I think it was for the receiver behind him, and AJ Brown went up and tried to get it. And granted, it did hit him in the hands, but yeah. So he was trying to get the ball.
Watching it live, and then also watching the behind angle, it was for AJ Brown. I don't even think it was that high. I think he straight up alligator armed it.
But I mean, you get both hands on it. I don't even know if that's alligator arm. I think he just dropped it.
Well, if you watch it in super slow-mo, you see him kind of doing the thing where he's he's not necessarily looking at the ball. He's looking at the hit. And yeah, I congratulations to Jalen Hurts. 2 turnovers in 1 play. Very impressive.
Historic.
Very historic. I mean, yeah, that was a predictable performance. I hit the over on Amari and Hampton. Got the anytime touchdown. Hit the first touchdown. You told me those were all bad plays.
No, I said the rushing yards over was bad.
And
I did not say that.
And the touchdown.
Okay.
It was all in one bucket, so maybe you're just poo-pooing the bucket.
Yeah, I thought they'd be able to slow down.
Nail Dallas Goedert. That was a obvious angle. Should have had more Dallas Goedert.
Yeah, Goedert was playing well, and I mean, yes, you're right. He did go over. He did get in the end zone, but I thought they did a pretty good job in general clamping down on the run.
Oh, what a sweat! Not
I mean,
until the very end of the game when he broke a couple.
Herbert was their leading rusher, which I'm fine with. And yeah, Vidal broke that 160-yard reception early on, but other than that, I mean, you take that away, and I mean, again, even with that 60-yard kind of broken play to the running back, Herbert threw for 139 yards. You got to win that game.
Yeah, it's got to be frustrating to be wasting these elite defensive performances.
No, and I stand by the statement that I made after watching the Eagles live in Green Bay that it's a championship caliber defense. Now the offense isn't doing their part. Can they get right? We'll see. Certainly, if you cannot get right against the Raiders at home, something's going wrong. I think they do need to do more plays under center. The plays under center have been good. I don't know what the holdup is on not calling them more. That would be my biggest critique of the play calling. But at the end of the day, players need to make plays. AJ Brown, ton of drops, and Jalen Hurts with some bad throws.
Devonta Smith probably at fault for that interception, running an extremely lazy route.
He slipped. He slipped, and the guy broke on the route. So
it was more. I don't know. Just I watched.
I mean, the receivers deserve a ton of blame. I think Dallas Goedert had a good game, and Barkley had obviously stats wise had a good game. But again, there's like no regular production.
One good run, basically.
There's no regular. He had a couple there, but there's just no consistency in the running game. Now, hopefully, getting Lane Johnson back.
Is he coming back?
Yeah.
Care to apologize to me for bringing up the idea that they were going to be winless without Lane Johnson?
No, I'm not going to apologize for that.
Okay. It looked like a pretty strong take.
I mean, that game was very winnable against the Chargers.
Yeah, maybe if they had Lane Johnson, they win the game.
Maybe if Jake Elliott hits the field goal before halftime, they win. To me,
the uncertainty in the receiver routes speaks to the problem of the ball's not coming out on time, which probably speaks to the problem of more under center stuff. Gets the ball out on time more. Yeah, there's a cascading effect
and
of giving the quarterback what he wants and desires.
It seems also that under center helps the running game more. So they gotta figure it out.
Do you want? Now I will say, I love that every Philly radio station does like a shitty YouTube version of their show too, so we get to see these guys screaming. There's been a lot of great stuff this week, but the amount of dead serious Tanner McKee talk. Are you in the camp that wants to get a look at Tanner McKee?
No.
Much like Nate Sudfeld all those years ago.
No, that was completely different. Hurts wasn't a Super Bowl MVP at the time, and they didn't know who their starting quarterback was going to be the following year. So, and Sudfeld was a prospect, and they had been eliminated from playoff contention. I think that's fine to see what you have. I'm always for when you're out of the playoffs, seeing what you have in a young quarterback that you drafted, you use decent draft capital on. I'm fine with. I don't think Tanner McKee is a step up from Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, Super Bowl MVP. That means a lot to me. Winning the Super Bowl as an Eagles fan. All these other trash fans coming at me, none of which have a Super Bowl ring, or a lot of them. I mean, Cowboys fans talking shit. Well, go back in your time machines and find a Super Bowl victory. So that to me still means a lot. And I think he earned the right to try and play through this slump that him and the offense clearly are in. So I mean, Tanner McKee has had no starts in the NFL. I think that would be a massive step back. I think putting in Tanner McKee is crazy reactionary and not a good strategy.
I tend to agree. But sounds like you disagree with ESPN's own Benjamin Solak, who said, quote, "It's not how quarterbacking works. It's not a wins position." In context, talking about how Jalen Hurts has never been a top 10 quarterback to him.
Yeah, I don't really give a fuck what Benjamin Solak has to say in his quarterback rankings. I mean, these are the same guys that would rank, Herbert super high, and Herbert has looked like trash. I would rather take a lower ranked quarterback who figures out how to get playoff wins than a loser like Justin Herbert. So if you want to throw shade on Jalen Hurts, then you really have to make a case that Nick Sirianni is the greatest coach of all time, because I cannot let you sit there and say wins are not either a quarterback or head coach stat. You have to give the run that Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts are on, even with this 3-game losing streak, is an incredible win-loss run. And they had playoff success. It wasn't just like regular season success. 2 NFC championships, 1 Super Bowl with Hurts basically as the starter for what, 4 years now in the Sirianni regime. They've made the playoffs every single year. Yeah, they've had some ups and downs, but I mean, to give no credit to Jalen Hurts for the run they're on, I think is just disingenuous. Unless you want to say, unless you want to say Nick Sirianni is Vince Lombardi and the greatest head coach of all time, because he would have to be by getting all these wins with this lack of talent at the quarterback position. There's just no possible way you could win this many games with a quarterback that's below average, unless you're the greatest coach of all time.
Or you have a truly elite skill group combined with a truly elite offensive line and a very good to elite defense.
Okay, show me. Well, again, their defense was not elite, not
until
good in 20.
Vic Fangio showed up
in 2022 when they made it to the Super Bowl and were a couple plays away from winning the Super Bowl, and they did it with Miles Sanders. Where was the Vic Fangio? Where were all Saquon Barkley was not a part of that team. And give me a head coach who was a bad head coach who had this much success.
History doesn't remember the losers, Sean, just the winners.
Right.
So they get credit for last year, not the year they lost.
Okay. But I'd still think.
And the year they won, they had a pristine 10 out of 10 roster. And that's what holds people back.
What holds people back?
It's obvious why people are able to anoint blame on the coach and the quarterback, because they had one of the greatest per people's own bias, one of the greatest rosters of all time.
But it's so dumb. Every team that wins or has success has a good roster.
Yeah, of course.
Show me a Super Bowl winning team that did not have a good roster. Oh, the Chiefs. Is everyone say like?
Yeah, I know. I understand
the Chiefs right now.
Football's violent, yet here we are talking about babying quarterbacks and being worried about their well-being. Here's what I have to say about
it. It's amazing you somehow turned this conversation into Jackson.
Well, yeah, that's all that really matters.
His concussion issue.
I will say though, I have enjoyed the Jalen Hurts Soul Train memes. Those are all very funny, and the photoshops merging him with various people like Nine, various WNBA superstars who I will not name. I've enjoyed the internet handling of the situation.
Yeah, whatever.
And you're on an island now. I will say, like, more than ever. Usually I have to wait till CJ comes in on Thursday to get the real scoop. But I feel like the mainstream has completely taken over. And you're like one of those animals on like a tree in the middle of a flooding river. And I don't know if there's too many left on the Jalen.
What island?
The Jalen Hurts support island.
Oh. Yeah, I mean,
I don't think there's anyone else out there, Sean. It might just be you.
But I mean, the people that are shitting on Jalen Hurts now are the same people that gave him no credit through his entire career.
I'm just saying,
they're just never. No one's changed their opinion on Jalen Hurts in spite of him being a Super Bowl MVP and winning the Super Bowl. After that, no one and these people online go, I don't care what anyone says. Jalen Hurts sucks. No, everyone online shits on Jalen Hurts. That was even after the Super Bowl. I was arguing with people the entire offseason who said Jalen Hurts sucks. So the results don't matter. No one's going to change their opinion on Jalen Hurts. I think he's playing poorly. I totally agree on that. But I still think switching to Tanner McKee would be a poor decision on a lot of levels.
Has there been a rendition of the Eagles fan voice chat and or text chat? I know you generally swim against the current when it comes to takes on Jalen Hurts there as well. Has that been? I mean, have you muted the conversation?
If you hated Jalen Hurts, this is just more fuel to your fire. So if you are not a guy who is in on Hurts, well, then this is exactly what you wanted to see. And you're saying, oh, I was right. But those same people were not apologizing or changing their opinion when he outplayed Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. No one said awesome game by Jalen Hurts. They said he got carried by Saquon Barkley, in spite of the fact that Barkley didn't do much in that Super Bowl victory. So those people are always going to say negative shit about Jalen Hurts.
My honest take on the matter is, one, it's very funny that people want to see Tanner McKee. And we're getting the whole Tanner McKee could be a starter in the NFL. I think this. I think it's very possible that Jalen Hurts has a ton of elements of his personality that is like football leadership charisma. And when like he's able to steer a fit group of men into battle and win games, but it's not because of his football abilities all the time. And I think
it never has been.
I know, but we're seeing a lot of regression showing up immediately, and it's allowing people to pile on, ignoring the leadership and like the winning piece of it, and suggesting that he's just a guy, which is a pretty hilarious place to be in, considering you're probably going to be hosting a playoff game. And so,
yeah, I mean, Jalen Hurts has not lost the locker room. Jalen Hurts still has the support of everyone in that locker room, and yeah, the offensive line needs to play better. Get Lane Johnson back. That's going to be a huge step up, and get the running game going and sort it out. And we saw some positive. I mean, honestly, it sounds crazy because of the 5 turnovers and the way the game played out, but there was a lot of there were some bright spots in the offense, and it's obviously completely out the window with the turnovers, but there was some life there offensively. So
when they didn't kick the field goal, I was sitting next to my daughter, and I said, he's going to throw an interception now. And I just had this weird feeling of like, I felt like at that moment the Eagles.
Well, when should they have in overtime?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. I mean,
I understand.
It was 4th and 4. It would have been a 58-yarder, and Jake Elliott missed a 47-yarder earlier. And so playing for the tie there is pussy shit. So I would have not have kicked the field goal.
Completely agree. In that,
I'd rather take the loss.
As I was watching the game, it just seemed like the expected value on a turnover was so high.
Well, and I'm sure you were live betting it then.
No, I did have the Chargers. I mean, I'm not here to tout that. I was only touting the player props. But yeah, that was a
player props.
And can I
Herbert
also say
interception?
The fact that we had that stupid animated game too makes it all the funnier. Literally broke the animation on the 2 turnover play. Didn't know how to render that. Ruined it for all the kids. Jalen Hurts. Yeah. Anyway, division price, Sean.
Yes.
Eagles are -1,000. Cowboys are +750.
Great value on the Cowboys.
How you
get
feeling?
The Cowboys?
Oh, I don't really want to bet on either side of this. I was asking you. Just to conclude this segment.
I mean, how could I?
Eagles.
I'm not feeling great about the team. They've lost 3 games in a row, but I think they have once again they have an opportunity to turn it around here at home against the Raiders. If they lose at home to the Raiders, then yeah. Season's over. I don't know what else.
Raiders at home, at Commanders, then you got an at Bills trip and Commanders at home. So you still got the Raiders and the Commanders twice.
Yeah, very winnable games, and the path to win the NFC East is still there. But again, it's a pretty simple formula. If the Eagles don't turn the ball over, they win the games. And Jalen Hurts, for the most part in his career, has been very good with ball control and not turning the ball over. Now in this 3-game losing streak, turnovers have been a huge issue. I guarantee you, if they stop turning the ball over, they're going to win all these games. So it's a simple formula. Go back to not turning the ball over and you'll start winning games. It doesn't need to be more complicated than that.
Final record.
Prediction? Final record. I'll say 11-6.
Nice. Yeah, be careful. Kenny Pickett revenge game loading. We've all been waiting for that, and
Is he going to be the starter? I don't know why they don't try again.
I don't either.
If I was the Raiders, I'd be looking at Aiden O'Connell. Aiden O'Connell is a young quarterback who has flashed some potential.
They traded for Kenny Pickett. There is an element of like they wanted Kenny Pickett, and so I think we may get the Kenny Pickett revenge game. Anyway, so it sounds like you're good with the Eagles and everything should be correct.
No, I'm upset at how they played. I'm upset at how poorly they've looked here in this 3-game losing streak. They really need to step their shit up. I mean, yeah, I can be mad at the team and also realize it's a retarded idea to start Tanner McKee.
Yeah,
Both things can be true.
I will say, I mean, New York sports talk also
Yeah, it
has
gets the
levels of
clicks.
insane, but there's a couple guys that I've now become fans of in the Philly sports talk. I mean, just elite
No,
ranters.
Brian, it's like social media.
But there's this guy with long hair that I'd never come across before.
Trolls get the most clicks.
My God, does he know? And well, it's also the accent, like the Philly draw that adds to the whininess. It makes it's just beautiful content.
Yeah.
So yeah, just can't lose to the Raiders this week.
That's exactly right.
What happens if they lose to the Raiders?
Yeah, then
Is that a coach firing or
no? I don't. Again, even if you lose all 4 games, I don't think you blow it up unless there's like some crazy shit happening behind the scenes. Even if they lose 4 games, miss the playoffs, horrible collapse, I still think Sirianni would deserve another year considering his historic level of success. So
would Howie install an offensive coordinator of his choice?
I'm sure a coordinator. Yeah, I mean, Kevin Patullo is certainly on the hot seat, and I think that's the other thing that inside the Eagles thing is everyone goes, "Oh, Howie, Sirianni's just his puppet," blah blah blah. But then Patullo, that was definitely Sirianni's guy. It's his boy, of course. Oh, so wait. So Howie controls everything, but he decides in this rare occurrence to let Kevin Patullo. So they decide to let him have his OC choice this time, but then they're going to take it away.
It's called insulation.
That narrative makes no sense. You can't say Sirianni is completely his puppet, but they gave him free reign to select whatever OC they wanted, and it's all his fault and it's his guy.
Well, of course
both those
they
things
can
can't be
because
true.
There's 0% chance Howie gets fired before Nick Sirianni. So that the narrative is always going to be that.
Right. But if Howie is controlling Sirianni and controlling everything and Sirianni's his puppet, then why would he not be involved in the OC decision?
So he has someone to fire when things go south.
I mean, I think they were good enough with Kevin Patullo, Howie and the owner to let him be promoted there. I think they liked what they saw out of the offense last year and wanted to try and keep as much as they could similar to what they had last year because Jalen Hurts has had a different play caller basically every year of his career going back to like his first year in college. So
that is pretty crazy.
I know they use that as an excuse for a lot of other quarterbacks. Now, Jalen Hurts, you could his most statistical success came in 2022 when he had Shane Steichen for both those years, his first and second year.
Who's pretty good.
Maybe that was a coincidence, maybe it wasn't, but yeah, I think Kevin Patullo, he obviously needs to right the ship here these last few games, or he could get fired. As Nick Sirianni getting fired, I think it would have to get way worse, which is certainly possible. But I would not fire Nick Sirianni even if it goes poorly here. I would not get rid of Jalen Hurts. I saw Boomer Esiason saying the Eagles might trade Jalen Hurts.
Really?
I would be very surprised if they did that.
I don't think that contract's pretty tough to trade. I think.
Oh, he doesn't have much guaranteed money left on it.
Are you sure?
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a very tradable contract. I just would be surprised if the Eagles are looking to move him.
All right. I mean, it does seem like he's not running as much this year though, compared to last year. So maybe that's one of the things that needs to change in the offense. Only across 13 games this year, 88 carries compared to 150 in 15 games last year. 157, 165, 139 before that. So perhaps some truth to him not wanting to run as much, but does seem to be a piece of the offense that's missing.
Sure. Run Jalen Hurts more.
Yep.
Okay. All right. We're going to talk Thursday night props before we do. Of course, shout out to Kalshi trading real money prediction market legal in all 50 states. That's right. If you're trying to get in on the action, you can trade sports, politics, crypto, everything. Kalshi is pretty wild. Some of the markets they offer, and obviously, if you're looking for, they have a bunch for sports. The in-game stuff is awesome. I mean, we're watching now. You can hop in on Or you could have hopped in on Florida UConn, just ended there. You got the college football playoff, Golden Globes, climate change. Who know? I mean, the 2026 midterms. Who's going to win? Will Trump release any of the Epstein files?
No.
You really can get down on anything over at Kalshi. Super fun. And again, great, nice pricing because it is a prediction market. So highly recommend it. Use our promo code SGPN. New traders get $20 in their account. Very easy to use. That's Kalshi, KALSHI. And we're also brought to you by Rhythm. Rhythm, again, crushing the NFL props, doing a very good job. Again, great at identifying some unders, and college basketball market up and running. 300 plus schools. Rhythm has predictions for every game. So goes great with our TCE basketball show. Check out what they like. Check out what the data likes, and that is a great combo. So many sports, and hey, it's the holidays. You're tough keeping up with everything. It's nice to have some data backed driven results, and of course track your picks for a chance to win $1,000 college and pro $1,000 when you track your picks. And if you go premium, you get 25% off. Promo code SGPN 25. That's RITHMM. Promo code SGPN 25.
All right. So should we get it out of the way up top? This is a close your eyes special game. Alert. This is kind of a week that you dread in the NFL card. Late end of the season and a lot of gross dogs that we're required to take because we go to church.
Oh, well, Ryan, I mean, I guess save it for our pick show, but the Commanders against your New York Giants are a close your eyes special. Have the Giants ever faced someone on a close your eyes special? It's so rare they're favored, but
Interesting. Good question. I'm sure the answer is yes.
What in the history of us?
I don't have.
In the history of us tracking the close your eyes special, as
it's a great question. I'm going to. Again, these games happen down the stretch where I think you would be surprised to see how many teams have been in this spot. But yeah, no, I mean, certainly not a great spot to be in. Rock hard place, right?
Yeah. Will you go to church or will you back Jackson Dart? Stay tuned for the pick show.
I just need good performances from Jackson. But okay. This game here, NFC South, Kirk Cousins about to be a young guy in the NFL because Philip Rivers is coming back.
You like that? You like that?
Yeah, we didn't even talk about that really. Philip Rivers, big news. Grandpa back in the NFL, and it sounds like he is going to start for the Colts, starting in one of probably the toughest spots, going up against that Seattle defense on the road.
I mean, I'll tell, I'll tease the pick show, but there are some crazy things that have come out about why Philip Rivers was chosen here, and I didn't realize how hurt Riley Leonard was. So this is just hilarious. Hilarious. The NFL is becoming hilarious. All right. Should we
I'll start with it. And I saw Dick Puncher in the chat. I'll get right to it. Mike Evans is playing. Mike Evans anytime touchdown plus 130. Are you kidding me? Of course you're going to have to play the Mike Evans touchdown. I think he's going to play. It seems like he was close to playing on Sunday. They thought they could beat the Saints without him. They were wrong. He's a huge red zone threat. They love those 1 yard touchdowns to Mike Evans, and Bucky Irving. I think obviously is playing, but what's the latest on him? He kind of got banged up in that game.
I mean, certainly, he'll be out there. I think this is just this is a system play, right?
Yeah, Mike Evans at plus money, anytime touchdown.
And by the way, you can get a. Blue Book has 135.
Oh, okay.
There's also some 140. Novig has a 140. So I mean,
Novig.
You can, again, they have to be reminded that Mike. I'm joining you, of course. I'm not gonna
system play.
Imagine watching a Thursday night game where Mike Evans returns and and he didn't score in the first matchup against AJ Terrell to start the season. So. Last year though, he did have a 2 touchdown game, worth noting. So on top of the anytime touchdown, I'm also going to play Baker Mayfield over 16.5 rushing yards.
Okay.
Outside of that, since we've come out of that weird stretch where he had 0 carries over a 3-game stretch, Sean, he's had 5 for 39, 4 for 19, 6 for 27, and 6 for 42. So this is absolutely desperation mode. They cannot lose. They are now officially tied with the Panthers. Yes, they play the Panthers twice, but they were kind of tanking last week's game for this game. I firmly believe that Mike Evans could have played. I even think Jalen McMillan potentially could have played. And it just felt a little bit like there was an element to that game that yes, the Saints are a fun team right now, but they kind of laid it down. So yeah, ratchet it up. Baker's been bad throwing the ball too, which I think at some point has to get in your head a little bit. So 16.5 rushing yards felt low. So 4-0 last 4. He's going to get there, I think.
Yeah, Baker
live in the anytime market too.
Yeah, and stay tuned for first touchdown because I think he's live there as well. Baker Mayfield interception, Ryan, as well. I'm going to be playing that plus 115. He's been fairly reckless with the ball last 4 games, 4 interceptions, and he's had obviously in one of those games it was 2 interceptions, but yeah, three of his last 4 he's thrown an interception. I think this Falcons defense knows how to play him a little bit, can maybe bait him into some interceptions. And he's clearly not 100%. And he took a ton of shots. Ryan, you mentioned how much he's running. He got banged up a bunch. I mean, that would be I'm with you. I like the over. I guess my only concern was that how much he's running on a short week. If he's a little sore, maybe he won't pull the trigger. But to your point, it is a desperate spot. But again, 6 for 42 rushing, but he got banged up a bunch, threw a pick, felt like he probably could have thrown a couple more.
Well, I think specifically with the way that the Ulbrich and the Falcons play defense.
Yeah.
I think there's certainly going to be opportunities to get easy yards, and they got to win this game. And I made a note that we could, because the interception prices for both quarterbacks are bonkers in this game. You mentioned the Mayfield one, which is somehow plus 115. Cousins it's minus 110. Like they've learned nothing, Sean.
Yeah.
So I made a note that we should make that our underdog entry.
Okay, I like that.
Both guys pick.
All right, that's pretty fun.
Kyle Pitts.
Yes, I'm also on Kyle Pitts.
I hate that we have to take a Kyle Pitts.
Well, I mean, but Kyle Pitts, Ryan, he's clearly Kirk Cousins' guy. I mean, the 4 starts with Cousins, 32 targets to Pitts, and he's actually been, he's been catching. The next closest in targets is Mooney with 16 targets in the 4 Kirk Cousins starts, and it doesn't seem like Drake London's playing. We're taping this on Tuesday night, but he didn't practice today. So that's a horrible sign for Thursday. I
would say it's more of a if Kirk Cousins and no Drake London, because your fun 4-game sample.
Yeah.
If you take out the first 2, that's 8 of the targets. Last 2 games, 18 targets, 13 receptions. Went over so his number is 59.5. We're going over that. He went 6 for 90 last week on 10 targets, 7 for 82 the week before that. You also have a tremendous amount of first reads. I don't know it's a strange place to be where you can only trust whatever happened to Darnell Mooney this past offseason. He seems like he's completely unreliable. And, I'll be honest, the guy that has in a couple critical moments come up for this team is David Sills. He got goose egged last week, but the previous 2 weeks he had scored a touchdown. And it's almost like Kirk Cousins is just having trust issues with these guys. And so he's just relying on Kyle Pitts, and we're taking a Kyle Pitts over, which is the sad state of affairs.
So this is interesting. I was debating total receiving yards or Kyle Pitts' longest reception over 19.5 receiving yards. Ryan, Kyle Pitts has gone over this 19.5 6 out of the last 7 games, and so he's going to have a lot of opportunities. We looked at that
too, but it's Kirk Cousins. Just close your eyes and picture him checking down on 3rd and 8 in the playoffs to Hawkinson, 1 yard past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, but then that's only 1 yard. That doesn't help us in the yardage.
I just think he's going to have a volume game. I thought about 5.5 receptions. I ended up landing on the receiving yards because I, like you, think there could be a long one in there. But when I looked at the longest reception price, I did get scared off.
I'll stick with longest, but I do like both. But Kyle Pitts over longest reception 19.5 yards. So let's see. Gave out Mike Evans anytime touchdown plus 140. Kyle Pitts over longest reception 19.5 receiving yards. Baker Mayfield to throw an interception at plus 115. And bonus play, Ryan. Kirk Cousins over 206.5 passing yards. What do you think about that?
They've been a funnel.
Yeah.
I mean, like these Bucs, the Bucs right now, they will push the pace, and the Falcons will be able to move the ball on them.
Yes.
Now, I'm gonna be I'm a little hesitant to be overly confident because Kirk Cousins could still look like the idea that Kirk Cousins could look like ass.
But
exists.
I would say that I'm gonna
He can't run like Shuck did. The reason that Shuck had that game ultimately was his legs more than anything.
But I would say this Cousins, you would say was bad last year, right?
I think there was he was injured. I'll give him that idea, but yeah.
But overall, for the most part, bad.
Sure.
But 2 of his best games came against the Falcons. He threw for 509 yards, 4 touchdowns at home in a dome, and then 276 4 touchdowns on the road.
Yeah, I wouldn't take the under.
This Bucs defense I thought was better last year.
I wouldn't take the under.
So I'm gonna add a bonus play. Kirk Cousins over 206.5 passing yards. All right, Ryan, let's put together a little underdog entry. It sounds like we could be on the same page here. Of course, Underdog Fantasy promo code SGPN. Play $5, get $100 in bonus funds. Do we just want to run the
let's do the
prime time INT?
I why not?
Okay.
It seems like both teams are going to be throwing the ball.
Yeah. Game script feels
maybe
upbeat.
maybe the Bucs could both teams I guess are capable. I just think both interceptions are the way to go.
All right. So toss in both interceptions over on Underdog Fantasy, pick them, and $100 entry turns you $271. And of course, if you want some bonus funds, use our promo code Underdog Fantasy, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Novig, available in a bunch of states. See if Novig is available in your jurisdiction. If it is, download it and use our promo code SGPN. Spend $5 over on Novig, get $50 to play with. Novig, promo code SGPN. As Kramer mentioned, the Mike Evans anytime touchdown we just talked about. You can get that over on Novig for plus 140. Again, shop around Novig. If you use any odds screens, you'll always see. I feel like 8, 9 times out of 10, Novig oftentimes has the best price. So you want to add Novig to your catalog of apps and use our promo code SGPN so they know we sent you, and so you get that sweet bonus. That's Novig, promo code SGPN. Kramer, first TDs. I have
a long list. We're
okay.
Well, it's more like I do think that Jalen McMillan is interesting. If he ends up playing, I don't see a price for him out there.
Okay.
I do think he's going to play. Todd Bowles this week talked about him being. First of all, they've now talked about Ibuka's confidence a lot in back-to-back.
Right. I think you may have got his name wrong. It's
Mika and Big Boo.
In back-to-back press, both the post-game presser where they talked about Ibuka and getting his confidence going, and then on the Tuesday presser talking about having to get his confidence. He's a confident guy, but then we got to get his confidence going. Then talking about
that drop was pretty bad.
Then talking about how, Mike Evans and Jalen McMillan bring a certain type of man beating capability that they really like, especially down the field. It sounds to me like 2 guys that are going to be available potentially for deep shots. So,
I mean, I like Jalen McMillan. I'm just a little worried because of how serious that injury was with the neck thing.
Especially a broken neck.
Yeah, that they're gonna
just casual. Like, yeah, he fell on his head.
And we do have a medical update from, or this is a reporter asking him about his injury.
I broke my back.
What do you mean by that? You broke
back is broken.
What a vertebrae or what portion?
Spinal.
I mean, Jalen McMillan injured his spinal. I just worry with how serious that injury is that he might be on a snap count, ease him back in. But I like him. but you think he's going to play and get a decent workload.
I'm putting him off to the side.
Okay.
I don't have a price. I don't really know what they'll price him at because they kind of smashed all the receivers down at the bottom. I'm just going to put him as a name to watch.
Okay.
Won't be on the official card, but if he's active, I will probably update the card in real time on Thursday. But I am playing Mike Evans. They're the same.
Even at plus 850.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it north of plus 800?
Okay.
That to me, that's the line. I play 4, so if it's at 800, it's a 2-1 bank still, and so that's fine. I'm fine with a plus 200. Baker Mayfield is 30-1.
That's crazy,
ridiculous. I don't know what universe we're living in. And then on the Falcons side, I hate to do it, but I'm gonna play Kyle Pitts. This Bucs team has not been very good against quarterbacks or passing games. And they've also not been very good against the tight ends. I think Pitts will be the alpha target here. And, you know, a guy that we've talked about all season, well, not all season long, but any chance we've had to talk about, he is a Scott Matlock. He is a Kyle Juszczyk. He is your, who was it last week? Cade Stover.
And Cade Stover did get a first down.
Now, I was originally going to play David Sills.
Yeah, he's on my list.
But Felipe Franks at 100-1. There's a 0% chance I'm gonna watch a primetime game with the Falcons and not be on his first touchdown when it comes home.
Yeah, he's out there for like a snap or two.
Anytime. Well, he's also a tight end. The Bucs have been really bad against tight ends, and he hasn't really run a bunch of routes, but still, he's 100-1. He runs their QB sneak stuff. That, of course, they're not going to do it with Kirk Cousins, and God damn, it's gonna hit, right? It's gonna hit. So Felipe Franks 100-1, Kyle Pitts 10-1, Baker.
Kyle Pitts, I saw 12-1.
Oh, okay. I got a bad number then. That
shop around, Ryan.
Kyle Pitts 12-1. Although I'm not going to not play it again. 8-1's the lowest. I'll go with anything. Baker Mayfield 30-1. Mike Evans plus 850.
Yeah, I'm gonna go David Sills 25-1, Kyle Pitts 12-1.
Do you want a fun fact for David Sills?
Sure.
Who was on the Giants? He's
getting a bunch of targets.
He was on that Giants playoff team that defeated Kirk Cousins when he checked down to Hawkinson 7 yards short of the sticks. He was also the #1 target for your favorite West Virginia quarterback, Sean Will Grier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, tying it all back together.
So yes, David Sills at 25-1, Felipe Franks 100-1, and I'm just gonna play Baker on the Bucs side.
Okay.
30-1. My DGen only.
You know, people celebrated all the same when I hit Omari and Hampton with the short price.
Yeah.
You know I'm a degenerate.
I mean, winners are winners. When
That's
you're
true,
you're
right.
seeing the board well, you're seeing the board well, Sean.
Kyle Pitts 2 touchdowns. Falcons -2.5 plus 4,100 for my DGen play.
Say it again.
Kyle Pitts,
Yes.
2 touchdowns.
Okay.
And the Falcons win by 2.5 points.
Okay.
Very reasonable in my mind, and that's a nice 41-1.
Okay.
Kyle Pitts has 1 career 2 touchdown game. When did it occur, Ryan?
I'm gonna guess it was against the Buccaneers.
Against the Bucs last year.
Okay.
He owns them.
Okay.
What do you got?
I was just gonna play a little. Well, I was prepared with a lot of David Sills nuggets, so I was gonna play a little David Sills reverse correlation.
So you don't like him for first touchdown, but what do you do in the reverse?
I do like him for first touchdown. He just didn't make the card of 4.
Oh, okay, nice.
One of those things. Like I was explaining to you before the show, but I have a index of I have a first touchdown note. Inside that first touchdown note, I don't track who scored the first touchdowns. I just write down the names for each team that are like the interesting, fun backup fullback, third string tight end, whatever it may be. And with almost 100% of those, I look into my card and then realize like, oh yeah, no, I'm not going to not be on Felipe Franks when he scores the first touchdown. So that's why David Sills got cut. But I do like him. I think this is going to be a high scoring game. You kind of alluded to that. And I do like him to get involved a little bit, just like he has been. In fact, Sean, in 2 of the last 3 games, he has 2 catches for under 20 yards and a touchdown. So we're going to do David Sills to score a touchdown, David Sills to go under 20.5 yards. That's it.
Okay.
Not going to get cute and add the receptions because I don't think we need to. That's 20-1. Now, if you wanted to maybe do something a little bigger.
Yeah, this is the DGen part of the show.
I'm just saying, winners are winners.
I love your conservative play style.
Winners are winners. And if you wanted to play the reverse correlation with the Bucs, that's going to get you up to. I was a little surprised by this, even though the Bucs are minus 235 on the money line. Playing them in this way gets us up to 33-1. Or if you want to play it straight and say Sills gets in the end zone under 20.5 yards, Falcons win on the money line, that's 50-1. So I'm playing those three options, playing both sides. So either way, the winner gets home, and we've juiced up our parlay a little bit. So half will go on the no money line outcome, and then a quarter unit on each of the other ones.
I'm looking at our sheet from last week, and it's a real shame Hayden Rucci didn't get out there.
God, what a name!
Books are scared.
That's just that's the Felipe Franks. You know what I mean? Like there's, what did he call the car in Gone in 60 Seconds? Eleanor.
Well, and
that's the Eleanor.
And honestly, too, if Felipe Franks is out there, this is why you should. And maybe I should just add Felipe Franks anytime.
Okay.
Well, and what's his anytime? 20-1.
22-1.
Okay, I'm just gonna add
let's
that.
add that in the anytime. But yeah,
the logic is for this bet not to get voided, he has to see a snap on the field, and for the most part, they're bringing him in for only one reason: to get him involved. It's not like they bring him in as a blocking back, right? So if he is getting a snap,
hold on. This is now. I'm going to confirm this data. Let's do this real quick.
Because look at his snap counts. Like
I'm going to not only look at his snap counts. I'm going to look at his route counts. Let's see.
Well, and carries, because I think for the most part, if he gets a snap, he gets a touch or a route. That was from my quick eye test of Felipe Franks, and if you're looking at the snap count stuff, he is.
I do not believe he has run a route this year.
Okay, but he has 2 carries.
Yeah, let's go over to rush.
But I'm saying for the most part, like there's a lot of 0 snaps here where like whatever package he's in, they just never get to. But if he has a snap like he did the other week, then he usually has a carry.
I mean, he has 6 snaps, 2 carries for two first downs.
Yeah.
So he's 100% conversion on his 2 carries.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, there's a decent chance that the window where voiding,
it's a free roll.
Voiding is a decent outcome in this, right?
We're highlighting that this is a free, like this is a unlikely to lose, very unlikely to lose or win. But in the process of not winning or losing,
you're getting a better price because the chances voids is pretty high.
Okay.
Right.
So let's think about this. I mean, shouldn't we just add it to our?
I added it as official prop for me.
No, but shouldn't we add it? Like if you add this, so you like Kyle Pitts too?
Okay.
With Felipe Franks.
Oh, so you're saying. All right. Yeah. What is Kyle Pitts 2 touchdowns?
All right. So I'm
or maybe just Kyle Pitts and Felipe Frank anytime touchdown.
Kyle Pitts 2 touchdowns with Felipe Franks 1 touchdown is 389-1.
Okay.
If we isolate,
what about just one of each?
Isolate to a single touchdown. It is 76-1.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to, adjust. I'm going to make that my DGen parlay. No, I'll give out 2. I'll give out Kyle Pitts 2 touchdowns as like a mini step ladder at 20-1. And then Kyle Pitts touchdown with Felipe Franks touchdown at 77-1, Ryan.
77-1.
Okay.
And then if you did want to do a Mike Evans, Kyle Pitts, Felipe Franks, You want to juice that up? That's 162 to 1.
Oh my God.
We've done a lot of building right now.
All right. We're gonna get into the shop here. Hey, so officially, Ryan, let's just rattle off all the props. People like when we recap them. So for me, Mike Evans anytime touchdown. Kyle Pitts over longest reception, 19.5 receiving yards. Baker Mayfield to throw a pick at +115. Kirk Cousins over 206.5 passing yards, and Felipe Franks anytime touchdown.
22 to 1.
Yes.
Yeah. So for me, Mike Evans anytime, like Sean. Baker Mayfield over 16.5 rushing yards. Kyle Pitts over 59.5 receiving yards. And then in the private stock, we have both quarterbacks to get interception. Baker, you can get +115. Kirk Cousins -110. And yeah, I'm obviously going to get a piece of the Felipe. Now that we've talked about it so much, Felipe Franks anytime touchdown.
Let's go. All right. Hey, good times as always. Appreciate you tuning in. Reminder, early college basketball show if you're on the West Coast, 10 a.m. tip. And then we're going to do our NFL picks show a little bit earlier as well. Stay tuned. YouTube.com/sportsgambling-podcast. Answered all your comments and questions over on Spotify. And of course, download the SGPN app. All our free picks, all our free podcasts in one convenient place. Just type in SGPN in your app store. Can't miss it. Looking forward to talking some college basketball and NFL tomorrow. And of course, as always,
thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, second the money green. He's Ryan.
Thursday will be called Felipe Franks Day.
Kramer, let it ride.
I'm wet.
Wah, 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 wah.
What's